Yeah, hi. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir. Great, Mario. Vivek, sir, I'm audible, sir. Vivek, sir.
Yes, Uday Kumar, sorry.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
sir.
you're audible.
Okay, okay, sir. Sir, shall we start, sir, or we can wait for some time?
Yeah, we can wait for 2 more minutes.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Okay.
Yeah, hi everyone. Can start now.
Yes, sir. Okay,
So
sir.
actually, today we plan to see some cyber acts and followed by several people ask about OS hacking and other stuff. So today we are going to see that how we can penetrate into an OS operating system. For example, Windows login bypass and Linux login bypass. Okay. So yeah, just a minute, I share my screen. Okay. So before getting into this, let me explain about the cyber law. So several government has different types of law in the perspective of cyber crimes and cyber attacks. So as per the Indian law, it defines that any impact. So okay, we need. Sorry, I need you guys to note the word. So any impact made by the digital media or by digital transaction or by digital world is considered as a cyber attack. So we need to create an impact. Unless if there is no impact, that doesn't seems to be a cyber attack. It was seems to be a cyber trespassing. Okay. For an example, there is a government network is there. I'm not creating any impact, but I was testing that application. That also considers a cyber threat, and that law defines in a very different way that and a cyber police can file a legal complaint against that IP address, and the IP address who responsible. The person who responsible for the IP address will need to answer about the testing we have performed on the network. Okay, so on the same scenario, they will request for an information or explanation that why we have done it. In the same way, if there is an impact is created, like I am testing that network, unfortunately, during the time of testing, some network or some services goes down or some services get impact or I have penetrated into the network unauthorizedly, then it was considered as a cyber attack. And as per the cyber attack, cyber police can file a case with where it can put me in jail up to 3 years, and those things is without bail. That means that we need to apply a bail in the court once after we get remanded. So this is a cyber part which was defined by the IT Act, okay? Indian IT Act, and so the only thing is that if any impact is created, no matter how impact is severe or no matter how impact is categorized, even if it is a low, high, or medium, whatever it may be, if any impact is created, then we need to face the legal activities which was raised by the cybercrime. Okay. Uh, yeah, this is a major cyber law which is defined in a very high level. Our cyber law is very high level that we can't able to categorize in a different type of attacks. Okay, what if I penetrated to a mobile network? What if I penetrated to a network that was not categorized? It comes under a major IT act. If some unauthorized access has been done, then he or she should get a maximum of 3 years of jail. So this is what our IT Act defines. Recently, you can see one major IT activities which has been taken is something like a person who manipulated the ISRTC server. So somehow that hacker has been identified uh, and a workflow of an ISRTC, how it works, and he knows how to influence that workflow for his benefit. So in that case, he used a separate methodology and the API to book a train ticket in a Takkal based reservation where he always confirmed that he got the train ticket. Okay, so that is a type of an um, workflow he have identified, and he performed the attack. And that attack was defined as it created a major impact in the ISRTC system, I mean ISRTC network, that he always get the ticket was he always get tickets it's booked. So this is the impact which is identified in the ISRTC network, and they have moved this crime to cybercrime police, and they started investigated is who is performing this actuation process, and they have really tracked that process, and he is a very techie guy. So one day he got arrested. The point is he have not done this intentionally. Actually, what he was taught is he identified how it works, and he utilized that working principle for his process, but he haven't performed any attack in that. But still, his activity created an impact. Okay, so that's also considered as a cyber attack. He was getting to jail, and after some months, he got a bail, and bail from the court, and the top ISRTC people have contacted him and identified how he really done this, how he really identified that, understand the workflow of the ISRTC booking server. So he is also having a legal case, and he also providing a legal advice to the ISRTC development team to make the entire network secure. So this is what recently happened, which both cases are there, and at the same time, people are start without any knowledge. Several students and other guys are saying that, hey, I'm an ethical hacker, I can able to penetrate into any network on any system. It's something not like that. Okay, so you can't able to penetrate into any network on any system. There are several organizations where they are providing a bug bounty program, so they are giving an authorization that you can test my network. Apart from that, we can't able to test other network or other server. Okay, even though if we test, but we need to make sure we should not creating any impact on the server or a network or a system or an application, whatever it may be. Okay, we should not create any impact to that. Okay, even and sometimes people do some other activities in the local network, college network, those type of things will also happen, where if any impact is created, then it was marked as a cybercrime, and the legal action can be taken for that impact. And at the same time, there are other several issues where this cybercrime defines in a very different way. So there are some websites and some web application, as well as there are some networks where we are not authorized to visit. Okay, they are still there, but we are not authorized to visit. For an example, we can say as in a dark web. Okay, so people think dark web is something different network, and we are getting into the dark network, but actually the thing is very different. So dark network is a huge network. Okay, it is a very huge network, and inside the dark network only, we have a controlled network that is called internet. Okay, you guys need to understand the principle of dark web. So dark web does not mean in a different network. We are getting into that. So our structured internet is inside the dark network. Okay, so in that case, when we trying to get out of the internet, we automatically ends up with the dark web. So that's why we are using a Tor browser, and several applications are there to access the dark web. That means that you are crossing the limit of internet where the dark web is accessed. Okay, as we already know, the surface web for the in all over the entire infrastructure of the internet and the network in the entire world, only 30% is considered as a surface web. Okay, I can show the image. So you can see this is the simple example of how the real network is. Okay. So as you guys already knows that if there is an iceberg, around 70% of iceberg will be immersed and only 30% of iceberg will be in the surface. So that is called as a surface web. Like Google, Facebook, what are the things we are using right now? What are the things we are accessing right now is considered as a surface web, and we are completely free to access the surface web. Okay, and only 30% of the entire network is considered as a surface web. And apart from the surface web, there are two types of web is there. One is deep web and the other one is dark web. So deep web is something which was a hidden network, but several organizations, several government agencies use this deep web for secure transmission of data, secure transmission of documents, like what we can say, secure transactions like company related fund transfers, agreements, government bonds. These are found under the deep web. So the deep web is completely controlled environment. Okay. So where it will be accessible only for the authorized person. So that is considered as a deep web. And most of the information leaked in the WikiLeaks or got from the deep web. So dark web is something uncontrolled network. Okay, there is no control on that, where every service, where the entire world is different in the dark web. For an example, in the surface web, you guys access every website through the web URL, which is understandable. But when it comes to dark web, all the websites are something more different. Okay, servers and everything will be different. So the entire world is different in the dark web. But many people are thinking dark web is there where we need to, where it is used for an illegal activities. Of course, it was used for illegal activities. But the point is, where there are, the dark web doesn't means that only illegal activities are there, because dark web is full of scams. Okay, it is full of scam. We can say that 90% of dark web activities are full of scam. Even several people thinks that we can buy drugs, we can buy guns in the dark web, but if you planning to take that, where you end up in a scam up for 90%. Okay, and this is where the real part is there, where our cybercrime professionals, national intelligence agencies, NIA, so these guys are keep on watch who are all accessing the dark web. That means who are all crossing the limit of the internet. They will keep on watch our activities, track our activities. Okay, if we are trying to access the dark web, they will keep on watch us. If they found any activities has been performed, okay, rather than searching, rather than browsing, if they identify that I'm accessing something and I'm getting something which is completely illegal as per our government law, then NIA police will come to your doorstep by next morning. So this is what recently we are seeing, that there are several college peoples or getting arrested by NIA for accessing the dark web, for accessing the dark web pornographies, accessing the dark web drugs and everything. So they will end up with that type of activity. So when we are start accessing the dark web, we are get monitored. When we are start accessing the files or performing any activities, we are getting caught. So this is what happened when you are accessing the dark web. So we need to make sure how we are limiting our dark web activities. Okay, so many people think that when we are connected to the Tor network, we directly connected to the dark web. It doesn't work actually. Okay, so Tor is just a pathway to access it, but you don't know where to access the dark web and how to access the dark web. You should have a lot of trainings, lot of methodologies to access these dark webs. Okay, where explaining those things is considered as completely illegal, where I end up within a jail if I explain those things. Okay, so this is about the cyber law and dark web and deep web and service web. Hope you guys understand this. Okay, let's go to the OS bypassing topic. Okay, Sir, could you please make Santosh Ram as a co-host? Is anyone there? SRM IST Ramabram. Uday Kumar Srichandran sir, is anyone there?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me, sir.
Yeah, could you please make Santosh Ram as a co-host?
Yeah, sure, sir.
Yeah, thanks.
Sir, I have given the co-host access.
Yeah, thank you. Santosh, you can share the screen and start the Windows VM.
Hi, Vivek. Sharing the screen. Is that visible?
Okay. Yeah, just hold for a second. Okay. So before getting into started, could you please tell which is secure? Windows operating system is secure or Linux is secure? Yeah, you can type in the chat, say Windows is Windows. If Linux is secure, say Linux is. Okay. Yeah, as I expected, several people saying that Linux, and I'm not even say one single person as in a Windows. Okay. Let me give you an example. Actually, in hackers' perspective, Linux is more vulnerable than the Windows. Linux is not at all secure. So if in Windows operating systems, for an example, if you take in a Windows server, even though if we get an access of a Windows, we can't able to directly penetrate into that. We have some limitations where it always gives access is denied. But in Linux operating system, if we got the terminal, if there is a way where the entire Linux system will get compromised very easily. For an example, in the earlier attack, we can say the server-based attacks are always applicable for the Linux operating system. Log4j, PostgreSQL, and struts to vulnerabilities. And so these type of major attacks are still there in the Linux operating system, and that is due to Linux misconfiguration. So we can define this Linux and Windows security in a very different way. For an example, Windows always comes under a minimal security. That minimal security is always be there, but we can't able to get that security in a next level of stage. Okay, so we can configure the Windows in a very good way, but still it comes under a minimal security. When it comes to Linux, Linux will not come under a minimal security where we need to configure all the security countermeasure for the Linux. And that is completely dependent upon the person who configure it. So the human involvement is there for the Linux for configuring the security countermeasures. Okay, and that case, it always we can able to find a human error that is called misconfiguration, where it leads an attacker to get into the Linux operating system. So a lot of standard operating procedures and a lot of things need to be get defined for the Linux operating system. But in the case of Windows, even though if you install a plain Windows operating system, it still have all the security activities enabled. It works under a minimal controlled environment where some simple and even major attacks won't be work on the Windows operating system. So today I'm going to show one example, and you guys can able to do by yourself when your system or laptop is get locked. Okay, so there is nothing major in this. You will have lot of videos in the YouTube for this attack, but I'm defining how this was performed. Consider you have a laptop with Windows operating system, and you don't know the login password of an application, of that Windows system or Windows user. So what I can end up is that I end up to this screen when I turn on my system. I can't able to get into the system until I provide the right password. When I end up here, so could you guys please tell what are the other activities I can access in this screen? In the Windows, in this screen, I can give the password. Apart from giving password, what are the things I can able to access? Could you please chat on that? Desktop capture. Okay. Do you know what you are referring to desktop capture? There is an option called easy of access, the second icon. The first icon is network. The second icon is an easy of access. And third icon is where you can shut down or restart your system. When I click the easy of access, I have some features like narrator, magnifier, on-screen keyboard, high contrast, sticky keys, and filter keys. So the thing is, if I, yeah, no need to click anything, Santosh. So if I click narrator will open, and that has been open. Yeah, see, the magnifier is open. If I click magnifier, the magnifier is open. The magnifier was working, but still I am in a login screen. So the magnifier used to magnify the structure, magnify the screen, and this magnifier has been started from the files which was there in the C column. So could you please tell where are the operating system files are there in the C column? Where will be the operating system files? Could you please tell what is the location of operating system files in the C column? This magnifier, narrator, and everything was there in the folder called System32, Windows System32. So this is where the narrator will be there. What I'm going to do right now is that I need to manipulate some other application for this magnifier. For an example, if I click magnifier, instead of magnifier, I need another application should pop up. So what is your recommended application for that? Okay. So what my point is, if I click magnifier, magnifier should not get open. I need another application to pop up. So what will be the application? Which application is used to hack or get into that system? Do anyone have any suggestion? Do anyone have any suggestion? No idea, sir. Okay. So actually, I can make a command prompt to open it. Okay. If I click magnifier, instead of magnifier, I'm going to make command prompt should open. For that, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to shut down the system. Okay. And to perform this activity, you need a Windows bootable pen drive or Windows bootable operating system. I'm just giving an example. Yeah, you can power off it. We are just showing this in the virtual machine because we can't demonstrate in the live machine. Screen share will not work. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to have a bootable pen drive. Like if I'm going to hack a Windows 10 operating system, I need a same Windows 10 bootable operating system in my pen drive or a CD drive. If I'm going to hack on a Windows 11, then I should have a Windows 11 operating system in a bootable format in a pen drive or on a CD drive. So now I was in a virtual machine. Just a genuine operating system is good enough. Okay, you don't need any modified operating system. Just a genuine operating system is good enough. So right now, what I'm going to do is that in the virtual machine, I'm going to boot from the. Yeah, you can start, Santosh. I'm going to BIOS boot, like what you usually do in the. It was going to get into the Windows. Yeah, restart it again. So if you have a bootable pen drive, you need to plug in, and yeah, you go to BIOS and you need to choose the temporary boot device as your USB. Here, we are going to have a temporary boot device. Yeah, temporary boot device. Oh, you forgot to press any key, Santosh. Restart it again. Okay, so if you boot from the pen drive, like you usually do if you're planning to install an operating system, right? So I don't know how many of you know how to install an operating system. Press any key, Santosh. Okay, yeah, do it again. Yeah. Once you do that, click the screen and then press any key. Okay, yeah, click the, yes. I think that one is loading. Yeah, we can wait. So this is how you guys install an operating system, right? The same thing. Okay, you already have a laptop with a locked password. You are trying to reinstall the Windows operating system, the same format. Okay, you need to boot a pen drive. You need to give the first boot device. Then you end up in this screen. So here the language will be there. I'm giving next. So at this process, you usually click install now to install an operating system. But what I'm going to do right now is that instead of clicking install now, I'm clicking repair your computer. So if I have a repair your computer, I'm going to troubleshoot, where I can have a command prompt option. Okay. If I click command prompt, the file location right now, what I'm here is X colon. It means that I was booted from a temporary boot device, that was my pen drive. So that's why it was showing as an X drive. Okay. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to C colon and I'm going to Windows folder, and then I'm going to System32 folder, where I'm going to manipulate the command prompt with the magnifier. Okay, the magnifier file was in the name of magnify.exe. I'm going to copy the command prompt and replace the command prompt in the name of magnify.exe. This is what I'm going to plan. Okay, but at this point, you already get into the system. For an example, I'm going to C colon dir. Yeah, see, I was not yet logged in, but still I can able to access the folder which was already there in the system. Okay, so there is an option called, so there is a folder called Windows. So I'm going to CD Windows. And then I'm going to CD System32. 32. Yeah. So now what I'm going to do is that I'm just copy and replacing the command prompt. So copy cmd.exe space. To replace that, I need to give the magnifier name, that is magnify. Okay. The file name of a magnifier is magnify.exe. Okay. Yeah, it will ask for override. It means that you have done it right. Okay, because already there is a magnify file is there. I'm just replacing that so that it's asking for override. Yes, I need to override. For a fail safe, if magnify doesn't opens, I need to do the entire process again. But in the login screen, I have another option called narrator. So I'm doing the same for the narrator. Copy cmd.exe space narrator.exe. Yes. So once I done this, I just need to shut down the system and restart the system without pen drive. It means that it directly goes to the login screen. Okay. I'm just closing this command prompt. I have an option to turn off the PC. Yeah, now I turning on the machine. I'm going to normal login where I end up with a password. So I came to this screen and I'm going to open the magnifier. Let's see it works or not. Yeah. So see, last time when I came here, when I pressed magnify was open. But right now, command prompt is open. And you note on the other thing, the command prompt was open from Windows/System32. The location is Windows/System32. It means I have opened as an admin privilege. Usually when you log in and when you open the command prompt, it opens under the user privilege. Now I was in admin privilege. And what I'm going to do right now is that I'm just planning to open a notepad. Okay. So in the same system32, there was a file called notepad.exe. Notepad.exe. This is how. Okay. So using Notepad, how I can able to hack the system? Could someone say any idea? Using Notepad, how I can hack the system? You guys understand this, right? I'm still in a login screen, but I'm opening the Notepad and Windows. Sorry, Windows command prompt. Simple. Everyone think that I need to create a large script to in the Notepad to hack the system. I'm not going to do that. I'm simply going to save this Notepad as an empty. So I'm going to file, save. Yeah, save as. So when you go to save as, a prompt will be there. Yeah, see, the prompt is there. Here you can able to navigate to your entire system. Okay, you can go to this PC, you can go to other drive location. If you inserted a pen drive, you can directly copy and paste using this dialog box itself. Using this prompt itself, you can do those type of activities. Here itself, the system is got compromised. But what I'm ultimately say is that I need to log in into the system without using without knowing the password. Okay, now I'm closing it. So you can use this. Okay, if I change the password, the real user knows that you have get into the system. Without knowing the real user, using this notepad and using the save option, you can get into the system, you can access all the files and you can copy paste all those files. Okay. Okay. But my ultimate point is I need to change the password and I need to get into the system. The simple command is net space user. You can type net space user. If you space enter, you can have a list of user accounts available in the system. So here the Warzone is the exact username. There will be an usually administrator account, guest account, default user will be there, but those are disabled. Ozone is the only one which was enabled. So what I'm going to do right now is that net space user space username, that is Ozone, O capital, is that ONE. Make sure if the username is two names, like means Ozone Cybersecurity as a two names, you can use double quotes or single quotes. Okay. Yeah, single quotes is good or double quotes is good, whatever it may be. If the username is single, then you can type it as an what is it? Okay, net space user space whatever the username and space, and what are typing right now is a password. I'm giving the password 12345. See, 12345, totally 5 characters, and this is the password. And I'm pressing enter. The command completed successfully. That means I changed the password. Okay, I changed the password. Yes, Venkata Subramanian, I no need to save the file and need to execute the file. That is too much of long. This is very simpler one. So now what I'm going to do right now is that I'm closing the command prompt and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, just show it. Yeah, login. Simple, it was logged in. So this means whenever you got an access to a Windows machine physically, that means a physical laptop, you are 100% sure that you can able to hack that system. Okay, this was applicable for the latest Windows 11 also, but only one small changes need to be done. I need you guys to figure it out, those changes. Okay, if I show everything from my side, then you will become a dumb. So rather than I can giving in a hint, this is the process, but in Windows 11 you need to do some other changes. Okay, how to defend from this type of an attack? The simple process is, it was very hard to defend actually. At any cost, it's still able to access your files, but simply if you need to safeguard your files, you can use a BitLocker. Okay, it means that until you're providing your BitLocker key, your disk won't get decrypted and we can't able to access the file. So I recommend you guys to enable the BitLocker in your system so that everything will be secure. Okay, and I hope this session is very useful for you. If you feel useful, just type useful, or if you feel not good, just type not good. I got several useful. Okay, let's show you how to hack where we can find a BitLocker in your system. Yeah, you can go to control panel. There will be an option BitLocker, and you can enable the BitLocker. The BitLocker can work only if you use a genuine Windows operating system. Okay. So I'm just shutting down this Windows operating system and I'm going to Linux operating system. I can show you how to hack a Linux operating system. Okay. So for Linux operating system, not much work should be there. For Windows operating system, I need a Windows bootable pen drive. I need an same version of Windows, blah blah things I needed. Okay, but for Linux operating system, it was much more easier to hack your Linux operating system in the starting state itself, because Linux operating system use an bootloader called grub loader, and from that grub loader I can able to get into the system. Okay, yes, Santosh, you can start. So here I'm have a Kali Linux operating system, and here is I'm having a grub loader. So in this grub loader, I'm giving Kali Kali Linux E. So I just created E, and this is the grub file which I have in a Kali Linux operating system to boot. I'm doing a small changes in the in this area. So there is an option called, yeah, go. Just do it, Santosh. There is an option called RO. It means read only. I'm just changing to RW, read and write. And I'm giving another world called init is equal to /bin/bash. It means I'm changing the grub loader to RW, that means read and write, and I'm choosing the file to boot, that is bin_bash. Once I done this, I just give F10 to boot with this settings, okay? And this settings is only applicable for one time. The next time when you turn on your system, it automatically resets. So I directly chosen the terminal bash file from my boot itself. I'm not letting the operating system to open. I'm just directly letting my terminal to open with admin privilege and read and write privilege. So I directly got a terminal. So here I'm going to change the password of the root. So yeah, type the command, Santosh. passwd root. Yeah, root was already there. So here you can see that it doesn't ask for an old password. It directly asks the new password. In Linux operating system, if you type the password, no star or hash will seen in the screen. It just simply blinks. So I am typing the password like ABCD. ABCD, 4 characters. And I'm retyping the password ABCD. It won't show in the Linux, okay? And it was, see, at last the password updated successfully. I'm just restarting the system. Hey, this you can try it in all your Linux based operating systems. In the starting itself, you have a grub loader, and from that grub loader, you can do this. So I changed the password. Now I'm not doing anything. I'm just letting the operating system to start by itself, and it will end up with a login screen where I'm going to give the password as ABCD for the username root. So Kali login is there. Yeah, here I'm giving the username as a root and password is ABCD. So you can see the 4 characters. I can't able to, sorry, we can't able to see what I have tabbed as we already done in Windows. In Linux, we don't have that privilege. So it is a 4 characters ABCD and I'm clicking login. See, Linux is logged in. So next time when people ask which is secure, say that both have a minimal secure, or you can say that both are not secure. But don't say Linux is secure than Windows. Okay. So we are as a hacker, we know that Linux can be easily penetratable. Okay. And is this fine for you? Is this useful? Yeah, if you have any reply, you can type in the chat. Yeah, thanks, Santosh. Thanks for your time. Actually, today we ran out of time, I think so. Yeah, so today is the last day of session. And yeah, you can stop sharing, Santosh. Thank you. So today is the last day of session. I believe you guys really enjoyed the 6 days, right? We have taken 6 days of session. And I would like to hear some feedbacks. I concentrate on the negative feedbacks. So if you guys have any negative feedback, please drop me in the chat or open to speak. Okay. So I concentrate more on negative feedbacks, like what are the things we done wrong, what are the things we need to improvise, and uh, if anyone feels that I have crossed my crossed my limits, please let me know. Hey, sorry, I don't have an YouTube channel. I was planning to create a YouTube channel for some years, but I didn't got a right time to do that. Can you share the PPTs? Sure. I already have all your contact number, and once after this session, maybe once after this weekend, we create a WhatsApp group where we can share the video files and all our session related documents to you so that you can make use of it. Okay. Sorry, I got an important call. Yeah. So I'm just seeing the positive feedbacks. I need at least 1 or 2 negative feedbacks or the area of improvement. So please suggest me. And you guys are really have a lot of experience than me in the field of teaching. So you can suggest some good ideas where I can improvise ourselves and a team. Our team will improvise it. Yeah, information meditation. Yeah, if you guys have any doubts, you can unmute yourself and you can ask. And host, could you please give the permission to all the user for unmuting themselves? Yeah, Miss Jyoti. Yeah, I can allow you now. Sure. Gee. Yes, ma'am. I ask you to unmute, ma'am, Miss Jyoti. Sorry, Mrs. Jyoti. Ma'am, your audio.
Sir, I'm working as a professor in Government Polytechnic, Kolhapur, Maharashtra.
Yes,
So we are working on a systems, but especially I have taken permission for attending this cyber security. This FDP is so much unique and fabulous, and sir, in a glamorous way and simple way, you have explained all the techniques and whatever. Not only your lecture, but all the 7 days lectures was very interesting and informative and very simple way they have explained, sir. And I saluting all the team that in short period of time they have so much interesting information which is useful for me, and saluting all the teams. Please, I requested DPs again. Thank you very much, sir.
sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. All thanks goes to SRM team who planned this workshop. Surely they will contact you again, and if possible, we can also have the same type of meet once again by within this year, ma'am. And thanks for your great feedback. The one because at last, what are the things behind this? At last, the feedback is the only one where we get satisfied about what we done. And thanks for your valuable feedback. Yes. Any other comments or suggestions? You can raise your hand so that I can unmute you. And if you have any doubts, please ask your doubts. I still have some more time for you. I'm giving my phone number in the chat again, once again. So for any type of cybersecurity related support, cybersecurity related, these type of sessions, if you need to take session for your college, as the same what we did for this case, you can contact me at any time. And for any type of cybersecurity services and support on any issues, please contact us. We can try to help you as good as possible. Anything else? Yeah, I have Sri Ganesh. Sorry, Sri Nagesh. Yeah, I unmuted you, sir. Sri Nagesh. Yes, Sri Nagesh. Yeah, you can talk.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. I am new to this cyber security, hacking, and other domain topics. Really, I found it very useful, and I found very much interesting. But I got one real benefit from your attending your FDP. So the real benefit is I am teaching secure software engineering right now. So
Okay.
whatever class and attacks you are showing, I am using in my class. Right now, when I listen to the class and I'm having afternoon class, I'm able to deliver the same knowledge. So it is really very useful to me. And also, I hope that all the participants have really benefited by participating in this FDP. So in future also, we expect some more future FDPs on this area or domain. From this, I have a small suggestion, sir.
Yes.
So cyber security is a vast subject. Cyber
Yes.
security is a vast subject. So you can classify into network security, application security, operating system security, and go in a more focused way. That's only my little suggestion since I am new to this area.
Okay.
So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank
so
you, sir.
I
Thanks for
like your lecture very much. In a cool way, you are presenting all the technicalities and in a easy and understandable manner. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you a lot, sir. Thanks for
Thank
the
you,
feedback.
sir.
I take your suggestion and I can improvise myself, sir. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Yeah, actually, Seema Verma, so you have asked something about the machine learning and that ML data set, something related, but I apologize for your that I can't able to provide the support because we are completely a cybersecurity based company and we do all the activities related only for the cybersecurity. We can say that apart from cybersecurity, we are not have good much knowledge in machine learning or AI or data set what you really asked. So I can't help you, but I try my best to support something or I can suggest some people for you who can help in this. Okay. Even I don't know what is this KDD, CICIDS. I don't know exactly what it was. Okay. Yeah, we are providing courses also. We have two courses, full-time courses are there, where we can take that through online or offline. So the people who are studying can attend the courses, or even people who are working can also attend the courses. So we can share those details to Dr. Kupala Sarita. So we will share those details. And I believe that you have registered in the feedback link, which we already shared. So we can find the contact and we can share those details. Cyber security, someone asked what is the difference between a network security and the cyber security. So network security is only defines the set of rules and process for the network related security, such as an organization network or a cloud network, cloud infrastructure, or those type of thing. Cyber security is inclusive of everything. Okay, so cyber security inclusive of data, network, system, operating system, applications, everything comes under cyber security. Okay, cybersecurity is it's a department where the department considers each and every separate area of security. So cybersecurity is different from the network security. We can also say network security is inside the cybersecurity. Sure, ma'am. You can find the my company name is Ozone Cybersecurity, so that you can find see our website, and from their website you can call us, contact us for joining for the courses, ma'am. And also I have provided my phone number. I can sending you the phone number again, where you can also ask your students or anyone to call me for any course related activities. Also, if someone really needs to join the course, you can ask ask them to call me, ma'am. Yes, I can provide my website link also. You can search for Ozone Cybersecurity in Google, it will have all the information. Please note down my number so that it will be very useful for you. Do anyone have any other comments or suggestions? I can wait for some more time. And wait for 1 more minute. If I didn't receive any comments or hand raising, I can close this meeting. Please don't forget to give your feedback link. And if you are interested, please provide a review for Ozone Cybersecurity. So you can search in Google and give some review. That will be helpful for us. Thank you, sir. Okay, so we can close this session. So thanks everyone. It was a nice day, 6 days of session. And I would like to thank my teammates, Mr. Santosh Ram, as well as Mr. Vishwesh, who works in the background for supporting this session. And my special thanks goes to the SRM people who really organize this and make this work without any hassles. Everything was perfectly planned and everything was properly structured. So I would like to thank all the SRM peoples, especially for the Mr. Sri Chandran sir, who really make this work, who really contacted me and assigned this task for me, who believe me. So I would like to thank Sri Chandran sir as well as the SRM people. And thanks everyone. Thank you. Thanks for the wonderful session.